I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Hi. Hi. Don't worry. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's going to be a party today. Hey, well, you know what? Why don't you come closer a little bit? Come closer a little bit. Come. No, like, get closer. Come on, come on. Hi. How are you? Have you filled your trusty Vault 13 canteen? Is coffee available to you? Little trash panda fingers all over a coffee cup. I should figure out how to do that. Put a coffee, but which hand would I even... so many art questions. But this is not an art stream. I'm not about to try and teach you anything because I'm, oh boy, am I not qualified to be an art teacher. I'm not qualified to be a math teacher either, but we're playing Kerbin Space Program today. Let me hold on. What am I trying to move? I'm trying to move this to over here, and I'll step back a bit, right? Because there's always important numbers right here that I'm gonna block, but they're gonna be really important to me, and I'm the pilot, so I need to see them, and that's just where we're at. So let's see here. What am I looking for? I'm looking for my Kerbal because I can't see it the right way. Here we go. We're gonna resume a game. None of these old ones, because they're all old. We're gonna go with the Starbound Stream Delivery Network, because it delivers us streams. It streams our deliveries. Whatever. Now, if I remember correctly, we actually walked away in the midst of a mission. So we need to go continue this mission. What do we have? We have a little bit of fuel. What I think we were gonna do. I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have made that noise. Where is Minmus? Is Minmus way over there somewhere? We're really far away from... Oh, there it is. There it is. Down there. That's... What I'm thinking we do right now, we have 600 odd meters per second worth of fuel. We're currently going 240 some odd. So we actually have enough to completely deorbit here and then put ourselves back into the same orbit. So we have enough to do that. Which means we should have enough to get really, really, really close to Minmus. I don't want to orbit it, but I might consider it. Depending on where we exit from, because the exit trajectory could absolutely get frightening. Because you can see right now, hold on, let's spin this. I'm really glad we upgraded the tracking station, because we wouldn't be able to see this yellow line without it. So currently, that'll be our new orbit. And what we needed to slow this sucker down, because I want that periapsis to drop real close. Oh, we're gonna go by in the night. Oh, that's the worst. I don't want my flyby to be in the darkness. That's gonna be the least visually appealing option available. So, but the other option is just not doing it. And we're here for so much science. We'll just... we're gonna do it. We're gonna check this plan. Check this plan, compadre. SAS retrograde. So now we're gonna kill off a whole bunch of speed so that we can come whipping down. We got to orbit, which was not the intention. But it's gonna be what it is. We're still gonna get really, really, really close. And that way, this way, we could actually also plan to do our closeness during the day, so we can see it. That's a really good plan. Thanks for that. But I'm absolutely certain that Bob's got some work to do. So have a sip of your trusty Vault 13 canteen. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing. Okay, now, Bob, you got some work. Because what do we have? 4 things of science? That one. That one. Oh, we've only got 3. Hello, Longfellow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Bob's about to go do his science work around very high above Minmus. I was trying to just get a flyby that was going to be really close, and I accidentally got into orbit. So we're just being very conscious of our fuel, and Bob has work to do. Oh yes, we could start with a crew report. No. Oh. Never mind. The crew wants to land there, and I do not agree. I am not prepared for landings. Let's take that EVA report and let go. Log that and keep it. Uh-oh, I'm not. We got too distracted with our experimenting. We're gonna collect that and restore that. We're gonna conduct the study, keep it, collect the data, and restore it. Great job, Bob. Well, dump the experiments that are duplicates. Okay, now that we've done those studies, we're gonna go around to the other side and slow down. Real slow. Gosh, I hope we brought snacks. At least coffee. Bring the coffee, because this has been a mission for these fellows. Okay. Now we're gonna drop this periapsis. We gotta drop that so that we get real close to Minmus. I'm thinking like within 5,000 meters. Like risk hitting a mountain. Because think about the science we'll get. We could even do it with Bob hanging on to the edge. Ooh. That might be real dangerous. Anyways. Whoa, whoa, that's dropping fast. Yeah, that's close enough, I think. This is like close enough to shave. And then we just gotta hope that we don't mess anything up on our return trip. Because I'm starting to be concerned we might get too greedy. So let's start by warping over to there. And then we'll warp a little closer in. There's still 30 minutes till our low point. Actually, yeah, go retrograde. The whole time we'll go retrograde. Alright, now we're gonna do a little bit of time warping. Look how pretty that planet is. It's not a planet, it's a moon. It's a mini moon. Alright. Does this say we're in a different biome? While in space near. Let's take that. We'll take that. Oh boy, this one's risky. In space near. Okay, Bob. I'm really afraid to let go. I'm gonna take that. We're gonna take that and restore it. And then I need to let go. Turn on the RCS. And not lose track of the ship. Collect the data. Restore it. And grab your EVA report. Board. Great. That was an excellent spacewalk. Now we'll collect all of this data really, really close. And we'll head home. Still says we're in space. It's not good enough. I expected to be flying high above. Perhaps I'm not close enough for that. Minmus. I'm told it tastes like mint ice cream. How is the weather today, Longfellow? Do you have clear skies up ahead? Yes, Benji does periodically babble. Sometimes I babble so much I get jump scared by whatever game I'm playing. Imagine I start I'll babble around a little bit and like a comet's just gonna shoot across the sky. Or the Kraken attacks me. It's common for Kraken attacks. But I really did think we were gonna be flying above Minmus instead of just in the space. Excellent forecast for you, Longfellow. I too have a sunny, warm day ahead. It'll be a great day to dig around in somebody else's garden looking for trash. Canada, Kane, I'm gonna call you Kane. Kane's got quite the weather forecast available from minus 400 Celsius to 1,000. So, Kane there clearly lives somewhere out past Minmus. Or is giving us the temperature for Minmus. But out here, you'll see we actually measure temperatures in Kelvin. So could you make that conversion for me? Okay, and we did not get to a point where it says we're flying near. It still says we're in space. I'm pretty sure... yeah, we'll take that just in case. We'll grab it. And this said... well, we can transmit that one. Space. We'll take all of those as a just in case. Minus 54 Celsius. That's a cold place. Excellent. You're probably the viewer that is furthest away from me. Amazing. Oh, actually, let's... Nah, we'll do a spacewalk way out. Oh, actually, the other thing I could actually do... The thing I should actually do is, ooh, where am I going? Yeah? Okay, so what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna we're gonna accelerate right here at the bottom of the planet, because if I do it fast enough, we'll get launched out to the left of the screen, and that will leave us in an orbit slowing down to Kerbin. And then, so what's that? So yeah, so there's a periapsis of 30. Yeah, this is gonna be good. We'll just put ourselves in a nice sharp orbit to come in, and then once we're outside of Minmus's sphere of influence, we will slow down further, and that way we will have one of those really nice entries where we're not actually afraid of anything blowing up. So that's pretty cool. Ooh, Kane's in a solar orbit around Proximal Centauri B. I like it. I can't wait for you to post pictures somewhere. Just don't ask us about a Discord or something, because we don't do that around here. Well. Alright, I should send Bob back out. to get those bits of science. I don't think they're extra, but they might be. And with the amount of science we're gonna get here, we will build the most incredible solar relay network. Solar powered relay network is what I meant to say. Stop moving the ship. Where's my ship? Where's my ship? Bob, get out. Get in, loser. We're going home. Aw, man, we are definitely turning the lights on. Spacebar to let go. Ooh, you're inviting friends? How exciting. Collect that data, restore it. I'm probably not going to use it again, but restore it just in case. Grab. Get in. Yeah, okay. We expected that. That was totally believable. So I don't need any of this anymore. Our science portion is done. And it actually doesn't matter, but I am going to put... Where's the what button I'm looking for? Transfer crew. I want to put Bob. White. Whatever, Bob. Come on, man. Get in. Transfer. Why am I having problems here? Transfer. Transfer to this part, please. And transfer. I want Jeb. That way our pilot is in the pilot seat. Our scientist is strapped in safely because, boy, does Bob have paperwork when we get back. Oh, actually, I should, just for posterity's sake. I think I'm using that word right. I don't really understand it, but anyways, I want to make sure Jeb gets a spacewalk because it will matter for his personal experience later. So float around for a moment, Jeb. Turn the lights on. Have a look. Ooh, Jagan's here. Hi, welcome to the party. We are letting Jeb do a spacewalk just for the experience before we head back home. We are going home, friends. Get in, loser. We're going home. Okay. I hope you understand that I'm calling you a loser as a term of endearment. 'Cause I'm a loser, baby, a loser. I didn't remember the rest of the words to that. But I've been watching The Amazing Digital Circus lately because I got really into what I can only assume is music based on it. Okay. Now, we're going home. We're going home. Retrograde. Yes, we've got enough fuel to totally deorbit, assuming we do not hit the mun. If the mun gets in our way, we're gonna have a problem. I am awaiting, Kane. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm here. I'm waiting. I'm not touching anything. We got plenty of time. Orbit's not going anywhere. You've got time to spell check whatever you're about to post. It's okay. I need to do another orbit. Why? What? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean I need to... I understand you're talking about the Kerbals, but what do you mean I need to do another orbit? What are you asking for? It's most efficient to burn. Oh, okay. Okay, you're saying you don't want me to deorbit right now. you want me to come back around to do the deorbit at the proper apoapsis. That's what you're asking for. Right? Yeah, okay. So you're just asking me to be more efficient, which is a totally reasonable request. And around here, I do absolutely take advice from the scientific committee. So we'll do that. But for my personal logic, we have 372 meters worth of delta V, currently going at an orbit of 217. I could come down like a bullet. I can come straight down if I wanted to. I will die in the process, and we're not doing that. But it's possible. Him too slow by orbiting multiple times. Yeah, he just wants to get the view. Remember, Kane is in orbit around Proxima Centauri B. He or she, sorry, didn't mean to assume a gender. But Kane hasn't necessarily seen the Kerbin system. And Kane is a tourist and wants to do the grand tour. What's all of this? Yeah, we're debating this. Should still do without Yep, this is what's going on here. Kane wants to do the extra orbits just for the sake of seeing everything. Everybody else agrees we could just go home. I did not assume you were human. I assumed gender accidentally. But either way, as a form of apology, we're gonna warp to over here, and we'll just watch the system go by so you can enjoy the view. Look, come on. Isn't that great? What a view. We're watching the Mun orbit around Kerbin. I bet you don't get to see anything like this around Proxima Centauri B, do you? Look at it spin. Gosh, I let somebody talk me into adding an extra month onto this adventure. This mission. I hope we packed enough snacks. By the way, Trash Poon Raccoon, I'm glad to see you here. Thanks for coming back. Okay, now this is less pretty, but you can see our Kerbal Soul. I don't know if it's the same color as Proxima Centauri B, but you can see it. We generally try not to stare directly at it. It could burn our eyes. I don't know if it'll happen to you. Okay, I'll stop. We're gonna move on. We do not currently have faster than light speed. No. We are actually just at Minmus for the first time ever, so we'll get a little closer. And we are going to start our deorbit burn. 95 days. Back to... Ooh, Longfellow. You are making an excellent point. The waste facilities are likely overcrowded at this moment. But we also... And actually, we're not the type of people that litter. You know, I might look like a trash panda, but that doesn't mean I'm a trashy panda. So we haul our garbage home every time. Which is what we're doing now. Going home. Gotta make that periapsis real small. Excellent. Kane is talking in their native language as far as I can tell. The beep-boop, beep-boop. Hey, Kane, do us all a favor. Prove you're not a clanker. Give us a recipe for pancakes. I'm considering messing around with the Mun while we're here. What's gonna happen here? We're gonna come on the outside. Ooh, yes. Yes, okay, the Mun periapsis. I need to see what that number actually is. Delicate. Well, prove it. If you're not a clanker, tell us how to make pancakes. Oh, I got too busy making fun of you. I went too far. You give us a recipe for pancakes. It's that simple. How do you personally make pancakes? All right, that's gonna be close enough. Actually, I don't know. I think I've made a terrible decision. I think earlier when I said I needed to dodge the mun, that was actually real. I needed to dodge the mun. And I've screwed up. Make the circle smaller. That's what we're doing. 5 million. 4 million. What's going on? Oh, a new connection with Minmus. How fun. 100. I've still got 200. Okay. We're touching this atmosphere. We're going home, fellas and gals, and those who choose to be neither. We're going home, everybody. I'm looking for like a 45. Right here is the number I'm looking for. And then I'll check out Kane's pancake recipe. 42 is dangerous. Yeah, 42 is dangerous. Alright, all-purpose flour, whole wheat flour, gluten-free flour works, okay. Different types of sugar. What am I trying to do? What am I trying to do? I wanted to go a little faster. 51 is gonna have to do for this lap. It's just gonna have to do. Because I can't fine-tune it. Yeah. Yeah. Kane is proving that they are in fact a clanker. Which is exciting. Didn't realize we had a real clanker in our midst. What am I after? What am I after? We are gonna go retrograde the whole time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Jagan. Yeah. It's actually more specific. They did not answer the question. The request was a pancake recipe. And we were instead given a list of different types of ingredients. So because Kane is not engaging in honest dialogue, we assume that they are a clanker. If you want to be a human, if you want to be accepted as a trash panda, if you want to be part of the real group, you engage in honest discussions. And that's the end of it. So, whatever. We are going home. Where is Kerbin? Kerbin is a very far way away. We gotta do the time. Let's do the time warp again. Oh my gosh, this will be... I gotta do this from the map. I can't correctly because my... Wait, what? Hold on. My mun encounters in 19 days? Oh, yeah, okay, that's the next lap around. Okay. For what it's worth, Jagan, I don't encourage you to accept images from anybody in my chat. I've not vetted any of these people, except Longfellow. I trust Longfellow. Because Longfellow's never asked to send an image. Orbital mechanics are a lot of fun. Alright, alright. Now let's see. Can I warp to, like, here? I want to be warped there. Right? Longfellow, you know what's up. We're done with the map. And, I guess let's go ahead and turn on the buddy bot. I expected the buddy bot to play its image right away. But, whatever. Hold on. Hold on here. Hold on. Let's get closer to Kerbin. Let's get going. This has been a truly successful mission. I would encourage you to take your guess about how much science we are going to collect upon our return. I don't know if anybody has been counting along the way. Oh, funny story. Funny story. So, you may or may not have heard me say in the past that my garden was getting an upgrade. And part of the garden upgrade was a whole bunch of new garden beds. And with those garden beds, that meant that I needed a whole lot of extra dirt. So the dirt hasn't actually gotten delivered yet, but, you know, food scraps make terrific compost. So I've taken a bunch of this compost, right? I've taken this compost and I put it at the bottom of the bed. I put some of the dirt on top and I'm waiting for the bigger delivery of dirt. And last night I moved my security camera because I've got one of those I've got a security camera that I'm using in my backyard to watch for whatever critters are coming into my house. Mostly I'm trying to figure out where rats get in. Not that I have a huge problem with rats, but who doesn't? And last night I moved my camera to watch a step, and sure enough, something came through the garden, dug up all the compost. Don't have video of it because I moved the camera. Okay. Now, we are entering Kerbin atmosphere, which is where we start to slow down. We are going to also burn the last of our fuel at periapsis, which is going to take a little bit to get there. So we're going to wait while we take another 50-odd seconds to get down there. We are going way too fast. I'm glad we actually sped back up to raise the periapsis a little bit, because this is really fast. And if we were going to hit to like 40... Oh, if we had hit the 30s, that would have been bad. Yeah, we are all around going way too fast. Bob lost his notebook. What a terrible situation. That's why he's got all that paperwork to do. He's got to write it all down again. Yo, our engine is overheating because of the speed. This is too much, fam. Definitely too much. And if I don't get this apoapsis below 10, then we risk hitting the mun. I think I might even need it like 9 or less. I think it'll get there. But that's still a long ways to go. And now we are approaching periapsis. Great. Full throttle, slow down. Great. Yeah, we'll just finish it off. Now we're going to have laps to do. And there's no other way around it. So let's, if you want to do some squats with me, then do some squats. If you don't want to do that, I would appreciate you putting like a hashtag potato squat in the chat. So here we go. Squats. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. That makes 6. Here's 7. Here's 8. Here's a 9. And there's 10 squats. Just for the sake of doing the squats. Great, great, great. And we're just gonna do laps, I guess. Part of me regrets not saving some of that fuel to lower the periapsis again. But that just means we're gonna be doing laps. Which isn't the worst thing ever. It's been quite the mission. 118 days. All right, we are out of the atmosphere, so we are no longer slowing. We are safely going to be coming back home. So now we just got to warp around. Just no other way around it. Alright, there's that. Actually, yeah, keep going retrograde. It's the safest. It's the safest to keep as much material between the hottest stuff and our Kerbins. Also, please stay hydrated. All right, let's get back down to the atmosphere. Meow. Now we gotta slow down. Like I can control that. Ha ha ha. I know that some people on the internet will take a Kerbal, do an EVA, and use their jetpack to push the spaceship. But I'm not sure I want to do that. It might be a fun idea to try. And we're probably going to have the time. It might be a good idea. I think I'm talking myself into it. The glowing stuff at re-entries are molecules ripping apart. You are absolutely correct. Look, they're happening now. Look, it's happening to us. There's a really quiet sound it makes too. Look at that. So much fire. Oh, those are... Is that our fins that are overheating right now? Thought that was the engine at first. I guess I'll just do more squats while I'm waiting, because what else am I doing with myself? VTuber workout? Boom. Boom. Kaboom, boom. You like it, right? It's fun. I actually just like seeing the tail wiggle. The waiting game. Should open up Blender at the same time. No, I could easily end up making my computer do too much that way. And everything would crash. Including our delightful Kerbins. Which would be tragic. I think I am going to try and push the spaceship. We're going to get to the apoapsis, and then I'm going to have Jeb actually try and push it. I have no idea if it's going to work or not. Alright, let's get ourselves up to this apoapsis here. And now this tricky maneuver, our periapsis is currently 51 kilometers. So now our spaceship is pointed straight backwards. So if the ship can stay oriented like that, then Jeb can hop down to the engines, push that way a little bit. I've got concerns. We're gonna try it, but I've got concerns, and I absolutely need to know how much jetpack fuel he has left. Because he starts with 27 liters. I assume those two will go down evenly. So. I'm afraid. Okay. We are almost into position. All right, here we go. Whoops, hold up. Here we go. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Slow it down, Jeb. Oh, EVA propellant is something different. What the heck? What are those then? Are we slowing down? I don't feel like we are. I don't know. Is this jetpack enough to slow down this ship? Like, at all? You are correct, Longfellow. Jeb's safety is a primary feature. We are being very cautious of the EVA propellant. And we're probably going to have to head home now just for safety's sake. We clearly could have pushed a little further. Thrust to weight ratio is indeed negative. Go ahead, man. Take a report. A little extra science never hurt anybody, right? Which side is the door on? Board. Oh, F. Now you can board. Oh, dump that experiment. No one cares about Jeb's EVA report, apparently. That apoapsis did drop significantly. Or not the apoapsis, the periapsis. We cut about almost 5,000 meters off of that. 5 kilometers, that's pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied with that, considering it was just Jeb and his jetpack. And I bet, did he refill his jetpack? He did. So we could go do that again. I'm not going to. But I could. Longfellow, ransom numbers. Let me take a look. You got permission to use the super awesome mega computer? That's amazing. So you watch your EVA fuel in the jetpack. And it says you need to watch the EVA fuel in the jetpack. We would have had that report faster with simulations on the perfect peanut butter. Yo, the peanut butter and jelly simulation is done? Yo, we gotta pause and go check that. No, I'm not. It'll be there when I get back. It'll be there when I'm ready. But I'm glad to know. Jump to here. How about? I appreciate all of your contributions to the scientific community, Longfellow. Sass that. Alright, we'll time warp a little bit more. Oh, raccoon. We love a good trash panda joke around here. All right, let's see how much we slow down this time. I'm hoping that after we go through here, our apoapsis is less than 1 million. That's what I'm hoping for. I want it cut in half or more. It's going. It's going. Yo, that new lowered periapsis might be very, very helpful. It might also be incredibly dangerous. Look at that engine overheating. Good thing there's no fuel left. It would be terrible if we slowed down right now, wouldn't it? Alright, we've made it to the low point. And we've survived now, so it's just getting easier. The high point of the circle hasn't dropped as much as I want. Wasn't allowed to use this. I used my calculators. Raccoon, I appreciate you double checking the work. Not everybody gets to use the super awesome mega computer. Your contributions are absolutely valued just the same, and we will. Ooh, ow, ow, ow. Sorry. We'll value your contributions and take them into the decision-making process. I went to scratch my arm and touched my fresh tattoo, and it hurt. That apoapsis did not drop as much as I wanted. So we will indeed have Jeb get out and push again. Because that worked well. And we could probably do it again. To save us at least a little bit of time. Since the percent chance of Kerbal death is so low, we may want to take a little more risk. No, I don't want to be. We don't want to risk Jeb's safety. We'll take the long route. It's fine, everybody. It'll be fine. The buddy bot will pop up any minute. We'll just keep doing laps until we can put this big rocket back on the ground. What are these? Let's get rid of these. Great. Now let's begin the slowdown process. Preferably with no burn to death. What other simulations is the super mega awesome computer running? Hope it's not running a brain in the jar experiment. Risky business, that. Vroom. Look at that. Look at that rocket. I built this with your help. We did this as a team. Kane, you can't just like show back up and claim you're using a different name now. We've already decided you're Kane, not Zorpos. Look at my big rocket though. I was just congratulating Raccoon and Longfellow for their fantastic efforts in designing this rocket with me. Team effort, couldn't have done it without them. There's going to be a very large amount of science upon this vessel's return. And we are not too far off. You might not see all these numbers because I'm hiding them. Or, whoa, I fell, sorry. I don't know if you're afraid of these numbers or not. You don't have to look at them. You just have to know we're putting this rocket back down on that ground. I guess I'll do some squats while we wait. Look at my wiggly tail. Look at that, 10 squats. If Buddy Bop shows up, we can tell him to go home. Oh, the super awesome mega computer is running a simulation on the dreams of oatmeal. Interesting. Interesting. Dreams of oatmeal. Is that dreams about oatmeal? Or the dreams that oatmeal has? Because if you told me that oatmeal just dreams all night about becoming corn, I would be interested. But hey, you see that? That's the buddy bot. That buddy bot that just went by, that's the one that tells us not to be a potato. Dreams that oatmeal has. Excellent. I'm interested. Does oatmeal... Well, I guess I have to wait for the super awesome mega computer to run its simulation. But I'll be interested to find out if it dreams of being corn, or, you know, it might dream of being like a barley that gets... Barley seems wrong. What am I... Well, I mean, it could want to be barley. There's a different word I'm thinking of. Either way, I'm excited to find out what oatmeal dreams of. We cut about 500 kilometers off of the big side of the circle. So we probably have a few more laps to do. But I think I'm actually going to be willing to have Jeb push it again now. We're going to have Jeb push it. He's going to push it. Push it real good. And hopefully we can get this low point of the circle down to like a 40 instead. And we will make sure we've got the resources popped up so that we are highly aware of Jeb's jetpack fuel. EVA propellant is the word I'm looking for. Let's see. EVA. Okay, now Kane also asked about Kerbals, and this is a Kerbal. And we know he's asking in bad faith, but we are answering anyways. Because we have this fancy Kerbal here, who is a true hero amongst his people. We'll get a good look at him later. He's got a job to do right now. And that is push our spacecraft. Look, it has taken less than 0.1 to get to the back of the ship. Oh, and now here I am burning extra because I'm foolish is the answer. Okay, we've taken about 0.1. So we're going to need like a 0.25 at least to get back. Here we are behind the ship. Tucked in between the engines. Oh, he can't do that, no. Okay, that's fine. We're just gonna burn some of this EVA propellant right here on the back of the ship. And we're gonna be amazed at how effective this negative thrust to weight ratio is. Super effective. It's gonna do the job. Are you not entertained? Also, if you have any movie recommendations, I'm open to it. I have nearly wrapped up a Star Wars episode numbered marathon. I've got like one movie left in that series. And without having to go through all of the other Star Wars stuff, I'd be interested if you've got recommendations on cool things to watch. Limitless. I think that it came out in 2011, or is the show actually called Limitless 2011? All right, we've used 80% of our EVA propellant, and rather than be greedy, we are going to send Jeb back. Because we have made more tragic mistakes with more resources available to fix it. And we don't need to be doing stuff. Board. Oh, no, we almost had it. There we go. Great, we're in, and woo, we got our periapsis to 39. How great. I can understand you being a Trekkie, Kane. You strike me as the type. What a view of Kerbin. We should go check out these desert mountains one day. This seems like a really impressive desert. Retrograde. Of course we have oatmeal. We're so into oatmeal around here, Longfellow is studying it with the super awesome mega computer. Yo, buddy Jacob wants to build telescopes? I will also struggle with a telescope. I mean, I have a telescope, and I have a theoretical understanding of how it works. In fact, I'd actually argue I have a practical understanding of how it works. But the manufacturing process of a telescope would be beyond me. I mean, I could piece it together if I absolutely had to, but making like a high quality one, real low. Oh, satellites. Well, buddy Jacob, if you stick around for long enough, we're going to be building satellites, because this spacecraft here has a very large amount of science data on it. And that is going to allow us to begin building our satellite network. So, if you don't mind hanging around a little bit, I need to put this rocket on the ground first. Kane telling me there's a desert launch site? That's interesting. Didn't know about that yet. Oh, I guess I'm doing squats. Look at my awesome wiggly tail. Seven, 8, 9, 10. Truthfully, Kane, I'd argue I'm ignoring 75% of your messages. Okay, buddy Jacob, I'd like to know what you did have for breakfast. Because I like to know that everybody here is taking care of themselves properly. And I like to have hash browns, eggs, and meat every morning. With a slice of cheese, of course. Eggs and hash browns. Whoa, 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 what's happened here? What's happened here? What is happening to me? What the heck? What happened with that? Oh my god. I didn't expect a jump scare while I was talking to the chat about breakfast and playing Kerbin. Like when I was playing New Vegas, when I'm playing Fallout and I'm chatting with you and like a Cazador jumps around a corner, that's understandable. But whatever just happened to me happened while I wasn't looking. The wings, that's possible. Yeah, this is the great choice. Yeah, Ben, keep looking at the chat. Type of, yeah, it's possible, the wings. And I was trying to avoid being a bullet, so I just thought I had more control over the rocket, you know? I think I overestimated how powerful my reaction wheel was. But that's fine. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you were here to see it, because I haven't figured out the clipping thing yet. I know I told somebody like a week ago I needed to get a button set up on my Stream Deck for just clip that, but I haven't figured that out yet. We're lucky I've got Seribot. Although I will say, that Seribot has done a pretty good job. I'm sure of it. I'm pleased with it. Alright, this time we're gonna... Oh no, we're gonna leave the atmosphere once more. No way around that. Look at our fireball. Isn't it amazing? Remember that time we put fireworks on the side and it totally threw off our balance? That was fun, wasn't it? Although we've lost quite a lot of speed on this, and that's good. I'm just so glad we were able to react to the emergency. A 25-degree angle. Honest, that would be... That's a little on the sharp side. But I actually think the angle isn't as relevant as the ratio of your speed to your height. As a general statement, I try and skim across the atmosphere at like 45 kilometers high. That's just where I want to be. And from there, I want to let the atmosphere slow me down. Because I find, in my personal experience, you can come down to that 45 kilometer height at like basically up to 4,000 meters per second. Over 4,000 and you're risking it, but like under 4,000, you'll be fine. And you'd let the atmosphere just slow you down from there. And you'll be fine. But if you go under 40 kilometers and you are going 3,000 meters per second, you will almost certainly blow up. And around here, safety of the team is paramount. And we are slowly but surely raising the importance of daytime re-entry. We're tired of this coming in at night stuff. You know? You know it's a problem. I also don't know why my camera just moved. I wasn't even touching my keyboard. But we still have our solar panels. Our batteries and our reaction wheel should be in there. So no real concern about the craft's operational readiness. And as we come out of the atmosphere, I need to take a brief moment to do a fluid exchange. So I'm just going to let this play out because there's nothing that's going to mess me up while we are outside of the atmosphere. It's just not going to happen. And we've got 7 minutes until the high point. So just, I don't know, look at my homunculus for a moment. Okay? Could you do that? Hi, I'm back. You can see that, right? You can see that I'm back. And, ooh, I was barely any time at all. Where are we? We're gonna warp to like 11 minutes from now. Rocket might have been the move because now we have less weight to slow down. More drag from the heat shield? Yeah, absolutely. But we're like definitely coming in home on this one, on this pass. There's no way we're going as low as 24 kilometers and coming out of the atmosphere afterwards. It's just not going to happen. But gosh dang, this nighttime stuff. At least it's a pretty view of the sunrise. That's cool, right? Yo, and then when we get to the ground and we've got all that science, we can design a new satellite array. Because we'll have so much science. Alright, time for that slowdown. From this angle, this region looks almost snow-covered. That's definitely not real, that's just the angle. It's the way the light is refracting. Alright, we're definitely coming down to the ground this time. The line ride or the waiting game? Which one? This craft has done so well for us. You know, this is the second time today I've seen someone saying Blackrock's volumetric clouds is a great thing. Second time. It's weird. But I don't have any mods installed at all, to the best of my knowledge. So we will worry about modding it if we decide we're gonna play long term. Ooh, Lazarus Faye, thanks for chiming in. Appreciate that. That makes you the third person today suggesting Blackrock's volumetric clouds. I do like amazing things. Interesting. Lazarus, you are heavily promoting it. I like it. I like when we have things we like. We all deserve to have nice things, don't we? Except the clankers. They can have rusty things. And rabies. They could have rabies too. I'll let them have that. Personally, I like water. Alright, but since there are two people here insisting on volumetric clouds, I will worry about that this afternoon after the stream ends. Just for you as a group. Alright, this is going to be the last call for guesses on how much science is packed into this vessel right now. I remember our good friend Longfellow guessed it was like 25. What mission did we do? We took our... what am I thinking of? Science Junior. We took a Science Junior. We took a Mystery Goo. And we took a thermometer along with a scientist capable of doing EVA spacewalks. And we went and orbited around Minmus very, very close. And came back. That's what we did. Our first trip to Minmus, actually. That's worth pointing out. This is our first trip to Minmus. $200 is easy. It is normal difficulty. It is normal difficulty. I'm guessing. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess that we got 300 or more. Hey, buddy bot. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll wiggle my tail for you. For anyone on YouTube that doesn't see the announcement, that's the buddy bot. The buddy bot tells us to stretch or do some squats. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but hashtag potato squad in the chat so I know. And then until then, just look at my tail wiggle. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll do some bonus squats for you, Lazarus. I appreciate your participation. 5 bonus squats for you. Great job. Great job, everybody. I appreciate you. Meow. Good news, everybody. We have passed the heating issues regarding re-entry. Our drogue chutes are ready to be deployed. They're not necessary yet. They're just ready. So, the likelihood of survival has recently increased dramatically. There go the drogue chutes. They've brought us down to a very reasonable speed. Very reasonable indeed. And we're landing in the desert. Ooh, fancy. That's a cool little lake in the middle of the desert. We should check that out one day. I wonder how far it would be to walk it. Ooh, I should get Jeb out. His parachute and his jetpack. Ooh, he could make it. He could make it. I don't know about that, actually. And we've established that Kerbin safety is a priority around here. So we don't want to do that. You can. I should make my fingers bigger so you can see them easier. Correct, Lazarus. No Kerbals are left behind. Periodically, we accidentally leave space junk behind, but we have plans to go fix that. We're just really early in our career, and, you know, sometimes mistakes are made. Wait, what the heck are all these? That looks like there's stuff growing out here. Are those cactus? Are there cactus in this desert? We're so close to the ground. This mission took us 120 days. Oh, actually, you know what? You know what? Why didn't I reset that? Oh, man. Oh, I should have reset that. Look, a little extra science just because. Little extra science just because. The mission was that long because of poor flight planning. I think somebody made a raccoon trash panda commander-in-chief of our space agency, and sometimes mistakes get made. But we always pack enough snacks. That's the most important and relevant part, is that we always bring enough snacks. We're so close. We're so close. We're almost there. Those are indeed cactus. How amazing. 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 Whoa, 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 whoa. Holy heckin' heck. That was the second jump scare of this mission. I thought we were playing a safe physics game, not a jump scare horror. But congratulations, everybody. The mission was successful. Congratulations. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of your hard work, your dedicated efforts, and the sacrifices that you've made up till this point. Yeah, that heat shield. I should have probably just injected the heat shield when we were past. All right, 400 science for that. That's amazing. 406, and that's on top of anything that we transmitted back ahead of time, because there was some things like crew reports. Crew reports typically get beamed back as soon as they're made. So we recovered some funds. Look how much money we've got now. 460. We almost doubled the amount of funds that we had. And I think Bob got a promotion for that, so that's pretty cool. I guess leaving the heat shield is okay. Let's stop off at the administrative building real quick. And we want to just quickly... No, I'm actually going to not mess with any of that right now. I am going to the Research and Development Center. This is a big one. There's much to be had for us. So, a big thing we need are these better solar panels. I want the better solar panels. So I need to upgrade the R&D center. That is a hefty upgrade. Ow. Huh. Huh. This is going to put us into a very precarious position. If I do that upgrade, we're gonna have to find some missions that can get us off the ground. Let's see, how can we make some extra money right now? Huh. Position a satellite in a specific orbit around Kerbin. You're gonna pay a lot for this. This is the good kind of contract right here. This is a good one. That's a wild orbit. It's a satellite, which we've talked about wanting to do. Has to have mystery goo. See, I could absolutely put that satellite in afterwards. And Lazarus wants us to explore Minmus. Have we attempt a landing? You want me to land on Minmus? Actually, that would also be perfectly acceptable. But I have an active contract. I forgot that I have this one. Ooh, they gave me a heckin' advance. I gotta do this. I gotta do that, but I need to take another mission that's gonna give me the funding to start. Actually, I might be able to build this satellite and then move it to this orbit. Actually, inclination of 21 degrees. What's my inclination is 100. That's a heckin' inclination difference. The advance is 42,000 on both of those, so we'll get more science from landing on Minmus. Expires in 2 days. No, that's definitely not happening. We'll take this other satellite one to get us an advance. And then we'll upgrade this. And then I wanted these better solar panels first. Next up, I need a better probe core. Do we have a better probe core somewhere? Better satellites. Flight control, that's a reaction wheel. That might be helpful. These RCS thrusters might be helpful too. Where is something truly useful to me? Because I could theoretically get something in here. That one. That piece right there. I want that. And I've got enough for one more. I could get those landing legs. Fuel lines, that would change. These tanks would change what we can do. Yeah, we'll get that one. So, that's that. Now, we said we needed our first satellite needs mystery goo, and that's all. Our second needs a science junior. So, they have to be unmanned. And now we have some new parts. So I'm gonna start with this box right here. And I'm putting this probe core into it. That probe core, along with this fly-by-wire, will go right there. Take another one. And where's the wings? Wings. I'm gonna put a lid on it. And then this bigger reaction wheel, so that we've got more control over its spinning. And then I need a bunch of batteries. Biggest batteries I've got, 400. Let's put these fellas in first. And then those. And we'll close this top one. Great. Now I got batteries in there. I got the probe core itself in there. I'm gonna put a pair of mystery goos in there, along with a thermometer. Oh, I know what I forgot. I know what I need to add. You can change your symmetry by pressing X and Shift. I did not know that. I've been playing this game for a very long time, and I did not know that. And then I'm putting an emergency. Hold up. Go there. It's in there and in an odd spot, but whatever, it's in. Great, now I've got the emergency stuff there. And now we're gonna put, whoops. Those there. Whoops. That's not right. And then you'll extend and open like that. Yeah. And then some solar panels. We're gonna put them down a little lower because we also needed a science junior. And then I'm gonna need, what do I need? What do I need? Solar panels. I need solar panels still. I can put them... Do I have payloads yet? No. No, I don't have fairings, so I gotta be careful. Okay, then we're gonna need fuel tanks. How big is that? That's too big. How big is this? Still too big. Bam. let's change the color. Excellent, excellent. Now for this particular mission, I'm actually willing to spend all of my funds, which isn't a lot. It's also possible to duplicate parts by holding Alt and left clicked. Also something I didn't know. And what kind of engine do we want on the bottom of this? That is weak. Why would I use that poodle? Whew, this is a fantastic rocket already. Nice and straightforward. Now this rocket is a satellite. So that's more than enough to get to the orbit it's looking for. And it doesn't matter which of the two orbits I aim for, it's gonna be enough. And it's only used half my funds, which is fantastic. Set up as a relay. And I wanted some bigger solar panels. Oh, those are not the solar panels I want. Those are the ones. Okay. Let's put this thing on there. Rocket 1 dot contract. Okay. I believe this satellite rocket is prepared to go. I am open to suggestions from the scientific community. Would anybody like to make a comment before we launch this? Does anybody want to give me the all clear to launch? Add winglets. That's actually an excellent point. Yeah. Winglets. Let's go with these. Well, bam. We're launching in a single stage, Lazarus. I think this is good enough. It's going to do the job. It's going to get where we need to go. And we're trying to keep the costs down because single stage to orbit, baby. Do I have the all clear? Or do you want some side boosters just because? I'm going to take that sure as the all clear to launch. So Lazarus has given us the all clear to head out to the launch pad. Yes! The scientific community has deemed it acceptable. Whoa, whoa, that's wiggling way up there. I definitely should have lowered that, but whatever. All right, we have a SAS. Ooh, look at all these controls now. Ooh, this is going to be so much better. Okay, well, full throttle. We've been cleared for launch, so 3, 2, 1, blast off. It's not fast, but it's going. It's going. Look at it go, straight up. I mean, it's not going straight up, and I don't mind that, actually. I kind of like that. We ended up getting, I think it was 400 science off of that mission on return. Plus we got a little bit that we beamed back earlier. And now this is just a contract. We were getting paid and we needed the money, so we got to go put this satellite into orbit. Well, because we've been aiming to do satellites, right? Satellites and unmanned crew is what we came for. And this is our second satellite. We already have one relay up, but this is a better relay. Look at all the avionics controls we have. We've properly understood the logistics of spaceflight at this point. And now we just got to put this thing into orbit. Make a little bit of money. Unless I dramatically underestimated the fuel requirement for this. Oh, raccoon, why are you giving them the okay to start a roll? Alright, if you've given us the clear to roll. Yo, I gotta say, we have better control of this rocket than anything we've had so far. Truly amazing control. I'm impressed. Imagine if I hadn't added those winglets, though. Poof! I do actually, though, have some doubts about my fuel. We should be okay, but I'm honestly concerned. Oh, hey, buddy bot. Yeah, you would say that. Okay, I'm gonna wait until we are at the high point now. And then we'll keep doing the horizontal burn. We got like 3-ish minutes to that, so I can do those squats for the buddy bot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. All right. Where is the map? Those are the two orbits we're interested in. Those are both wild and going in opposite directions. Okay, which direction am I going? I'm going in direction with the yellow one. Okay. So it's gonna have to be the yellow one. The mission. The mission is a contracted satellite delivery. So we have designed a satellite custom to fit this yellow orbit. We just have to now put our satellite, our SSTO, into that particular orbit. That's all we got to do. Oh, actually, hold up before I do anything else. Before I do anything else, there's two things that have to happen. Solar panels have to come out. And, oh gosh, why aren't they all linked together proper? I should have put the Cal controller in to do this with an action group. I don't think I needed the Cal controller, but I could have just set up the action group. Anyways, I'll stop rambling about that. Extend those antennas. Okay. Now I'm looking for a circular orbit. Or at least an orbit. I need to not crash, is what I want. Okay, that is a real orbit. Now I have 750 meters per second worth of delta V to get into the orbit that I actually need. So let's say right there, I was gonna go like that. And I wanna go oh, I gotta do it in a specific spot. Hold on. Yo, either way, I don't have enough. Yo, I do not have enough. I do not have enough fuel to do this. Which kind of sucks. I'm really disappointed. I should have done better. I had the engineering sign off and everything. The satellite has some fuel, but not enough. It doesn't have enough. Because if I needed to get out to, like, let's say this Apoapsis, this is 10 million, so I needed to get mine up, just getting mine up to 10 million. I'm gonna run out of fuel. You can see I've already used more fuel, and there's nowhere I can do this burn to get more out of it. So I have fundamentally failed because I don't have enough fuel. And we even talked about how I should have added those side boosters, which honestly would have done it. So we're gonna revert flight. We're gonna revert back to the vehicle assembly. We're gonna very quickly slap 2 of those on. Slap these on. Need it to be a 2-stage system the entire time. Oh, what's my problem here? It's too heavy by such a dumb amount. Okay. Okay, I'm willing to take advice from the engineering department. Let's say I'm gonna put those... Hold on. I honestly just think 2 side boosters is the answer. Just gotta use the right boosters for it is all. Those will be fine. Right? They'll be fine. Yeah, I'll leave that as its own. No, 1 stage like that. And then those struts. Struts. We need these struts. And we need one at the bottom. Okay. This has got to be our last attempt at putting this into orbit right now. Because that gives us the extra. We can still afford it. It's underweight. I need this into orbit right now. And I need enough fuel in it to put it into the contracted orbit. But right now, I just need it in orbit. Because we've only got time for 1 last launch attempt. Stop the wiggle. I should have used 2 of those. Nope, hold on. There's a problem. There's a problem. Oh, hey, Peak. Thanks for showing up. Yo, I don't know what button I hit to change my pose, but that's pretty cool. That's got to come off. The fins. The fins were absolutely what this is about. Fins right there. And then we'll put 2 of these on. Sure. Sure. Okay. Now this is gotta work. All right. Launching in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, that was loud. All right, we're off to a great start. We're going real fast. We're going up. Like it. Look at it go. Can you believe we almost launched without those fins? Almost had a fish that couldn't swim. Raccoon, you are correct. Doing the roll at the right time would be very efficient. But sometimes my fear of rolling too much holds us back. Because you've got to remember, this rocket has better control than any other rocket we've designed so far. So as a generalized statement, we are perpetually surprised by how much control we have. Start at 100 meters per second. I didn't know that. My thrust to weight is currently 1. So what you're all saying is that I should have started the turn sooner, which is reasonable. But see, I'm trying. I'm trying. As long as it doesn't risk a Kerbin's safety, then it is indeed a risk worth taking. And there are no Kerbins on board. Sora, we are playing on normal difficulty career mode. So we are concerned with both our science and our funding. This is a good ascent, though, right? Like, we're doing okay. Still don't know if we've actually got enough fuel for what I'm trying. Because my efficiency mistakes add up. But having 3,000 meters per second at this point is a good sign. My orbit is lopsided. My orbit is very lopsided right now. But this is okay because I need to get up as far as 4 million. Okay, so let's start by getting this up to like 2 million or something. Alright. Go there first, and I can see that my periapsis is also now a, I've got a proper orbit going on, and I'm hiding the numbers, so if you're scared of them, you're lucky. Next up, okay. Can I set this as my target? No target. No target. No, it won't let me do that. Okay. Hold on. If I... What do you say we just, like... Let's warp to, like, here-ish real quick. And now, for this mission particularly, we are really glad to have that new avionics bit. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. I almost forgot. I almost forgot to open everything. I gotta, give me a second, team. I gotta open the solar panels so we don't accidentally lose control. Because it's happened before. And it's not gonna be a fun rescue mission to try and rescue a satellite. Okay. This is here. Everything's opened. Now we want to get this descending node closer to a 0. 19, 18, 17, 16, 18. I'm not going to worry about getting it precisely at 0 just yet, because I'm going to be moving quite a bit still, right? But I do want to get it better. And now you can see those nodes are really far away from me. So I will want to fix that. And we're going to start by making our circle bigger. It's 10 and 4. So let's push that as far as, let's push this up to like 4. Yeah, we'll push that up to like a 4 million and continue adjusting from there. One side at a time. So we'll get there. Second stage, more than boosters for the extra. First stage is easy to predict how much delta V you need. It's always the same. That's fair. Separate from the first stage gives you a higher efficiency. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that adds up. We're not far from the descending node. So I want to push it back to the normal. I gotta lift that up. Yeah, I gotta lift that up. Nine. It doesn't look like it's changing much anymore. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we'll call that good enough. Now I just gotta make the orbit the right sized, which is always gonna just end up being prograde until the circle gets where I want it to be. Let me think here. Yeah, let's get about there. And we'll push it forward a little some. See what happens. Can you put that orbit at? I don't think so. I've been trying, and I think that it is considered a target. It's gonna have to get up closer to that yellow line. We're just eyeballing it now. It's pretty close, right? And then we'll get over to here. And we'll do the same for the other side. And then they'll be pretty close, and we'll come over to here. And we'll even it out. It's going to require a bit of evening out for sure. Because I don't want to change the shape too much. I'm going to have to do some work on this. Yeah, we're going to have to roll the circle back. We're going to be in the wrong spots. Wrong shape for my orbit. That'll be close enough. We'll get here. And I'm going to need to turn it radial in. I do have the ascending nodes. I've already pointed them in. So I've got my periapsis and my ascending nodes. So I've had that the whole time. I want a radial in. I need to turn the circle in so that I can hit the direction I want. And we should still have enough fuel for this. And I just want this periapsis to come to like here-ish. Great. And now we can go prograde and push it up. And then we will have paid off that massive upgrade to the Research and Development Center. And we'll be able to go back to doing fun missions. Actually, we have another satellite we're going to have to position in a different orbit still. Boom-a-loom! And now we get the contract complete any second. Have to maintain stability for like 10 seconds, right? Contract complete. We got paid lots for it. Clap, clap, clap. Yay! Okay. Now that is a fantastic relay satellite that we've now left in orbit. We have lots of funds for our next mission. We have one active contract to put a satellite in a very wildly different orbit. So on our next adventure, we will put that other satellite into place. But for now, what actually needs to happen is I need to figure out why my pose changed. I actually didn't need that, but I wanted to because it was going to distract me, and I'm trying to say goodbye. Thank you very much for coming. We'll put that next satellite up next time. I really appreciate the contributions from the scientific community. You've all done tremendous work today. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.